Elon Musk was a man of rockets, an engineer at heart, obsessed with the future, and driven by the dream of reaching Mars. He built electric cars that changed the world, but politics? That was never supposed to be his domain. From his vantage point, Washington was a distant spectacle. Trump was a disruptor, yes, but Musk saw him as unpredictable, not a partner in his mission to advance humanity. Musk believed in the power of engineering, in logic and innovation, not the unpredictable chaos and noise of political games. He even publicly suggested that Trump should step aside, making room for a new generation of leadership, one that could think beyond old rivalries and outdated systems. But everything changed when Musk bought Twitter, renaming it X. Suddenly, he was no longer just an innovator. He was thrust into the heart of a political storm, with the world watching his every move. By reinstating Trump's account, Musk made a statement about free speech, believing that every voice, no matter how controversial, deserved a platform. That single decision pulled Musk out of the shadows and onto the grand stage of American politics, whether he liked it or not. Suddenly, he wasn't just an observer, he was a participant, with millions looking to him for direction, answers, and influence. Politics, to Musk, became another system, complex, outdated, and in desperate need of optimization. He approached it like any other challenge, with blueprints, data, and a relentless drive to fix what was broken. He saw government as a clunky, obsolete operating system, one that needed a total rewrite, not just a patch or a quick fix. As the 2024 election heated up, Musk found himself wondering, was a disruptor like Trump exactly what the system needed to force real change, or just more chaos? The boundaries between technology and politics blurred, and Musk realized he was now a bridge between two worlds. One foot in Silicon Valley, the other in the halls of power. No longer on the sidelines, Musk found himself holding the microphone for one of the loudest and most divisive voices in America, shaping the future in ways he never imagined. The first real meeting was private, far from the cameras. In a dimly lit room, two of the world's most polarizing figures sat across from each other, their conversation hushed but intense. There were no aides, no distractions, just the weight of ambition and the promise of power hanging in the air. Trump's campaign was struggling, battered by scandals and dwindling funds. Musk was more than a donor. He was a kingmaker, a man whose influence could tip the scales. The stakes were enormous, and both men knew it. For Trump, it was a lifeline. For Musk, it was an opportunity to shape the future. Musk listened, not yet committed, weighing every word. But everything changed after an assassination attempt on Trump. The near tragedy forged a bond between them, turning a business arrangement into something deeper, a shared mission, born of crisis. Musk's endorsement on X wasn't just a tweet, it was a seismic event. The tech world gasped, political insiders scrambled, and the public watched in disbelief as the lines between Silicon Valley and Washington blurred. He didn't just endorse, he built the America PAC, pouring in $250 million. The sheer scale of his investment sent a message. This was no ordinary campaign, and Musk was no ordinary backer. Musk approached the election like an engineering problem. He assembled a team of data scientists, coders, and strategists, using advanced analytics and targeted digital campaigns to reach voters in ways never seen before. In the final weeks, he spent another $120 million, unleashing a digital blitz that flooded key states with ads, influencers, and grassroots organizers. The campaign's momentum shifted and the polls began to move. On election night, Trump swept the battlegrounds. The map turned red, and the war room erupted in celebration. It was a victory that few had predicted, and even fewer understood. Analysts pored over the data, tracing the win back to Musk's digital machine. His algorithms, his money, his vision, they had all played a decisive role. Musk had engineered a political win that defied expectations, blending technology and strategy in a way that changed the game forever. He was now a central figure in the new administration, his influence extending from the Oval Office to every corner of government. The tech visionary had become a political power broker, orchestrating moves on a national chessboard, his every decision watched by allies and rivals alike. The question now loomed: what would he do with that power? The possibilities and the risks were limitless. The alliance was real and the world was watching. Every move, every word, every tweet had the potential to reshape history. The future of American politics had changed overnight, ushering in a new era where code, cash, and charisma ruled the day. The 2025 inauguration was a spectacle of power and innovation. The White House, always a symbol of tradition, now shimmered with digital screens and futuristic lights. Drones hovered overhead, capturing every moment for millions watching around the globe. The air buzzed with excitement and curiosity, as if history itself was being rewritten in real time. Musk stood beside Trump, the administration's star player. Their partnership was the talk of the world. Two icons, one from business, one from politics, now united on the grandest stage. He joked about taking Doge to Mars, signaling a new era driven by memes and moonshots. The crowd laughed. But everyone knew Musk's jokes often hinted at real ambitions. The line between humor and vision blurred. Trump hosted a Tesla showcase on the White House lawn, a fleet of electric cars as symbols of American innovation. The event was more than a display. It was a statement that the future had arrived, and it was electric. The centerpiece, a cherry red Model S, a gift from Musk to Trump. Cameras flashed as the keys changed hands, marking a moment that would be replayed for years. The message was clear. Technology was now at the heart of government. The White House, once a fortress of tradition, was embracing the future with open arms. Trump, once a critic, became Tesla's biggest champion. He praised American engineering and innovation, calling it the dawn of a new era for the country. Buying a Tesla became a patriotic act. Citizens lined up, eager to be part of this technological revolution, waving flags and celebrating their role in shaping America's future. The fusion of business and government blurred old boundaries. Policies and products merged, and the world watched as the rules of power were rewritten. For Musk, it was triumph. His vision celebrated at the seat of power. He stood on the steps, not just as an entrepreneur, but as a symbol of possibility. But as Teslas rolled across the lawn, some wondered, was this progress or control? The excitement was real, but so were the questions about influence and independence. The partnership was bold, but uneasy. Both men knew the stakes were high, and the world was watching every move. The world watched, uncertain what this alliance would bring. In this new era, the only certainty was change, and everyone was along for the ride. Trump's first act was an executive order, the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. The name was a nod to Musk's favorite cryptocurrency and internet culture. Doge's mission: cut waste, shrink the federal workforce, and slash bureaucracy. Musk, as unpaid head, staffed it with Silicon Valley techies, not bureaucrats. They attacked inefficiency with startup speed, wielding a chainsaw mascot. Musk set a deadline: fix the system by July 2026. Doge claimed $175 billion in savings, but independent analysis found far less. The public cheered, but skepticism grew inside government. Was Doge real reform, or just a powerful PR machine? By May 2025, the alliance was fraying. Musk, used to control, clashed with Trump, who reminded everyone he was in charge. Tensions rose as Trump publicly limited Musk's authority. Meanwhile, Tesla's profits dropped. Musk's political dive was hurting his brand. Musk announced he'd step back from Doge to focus on his companies. Trump staged a farewell, gifting Musk a golden key, a symbol of gratitude, but also a parting. The handshake was for the cameras. The warmth was gone. Musk left feeling his mission was incomplete. Trump wanted the spotlight to himself. The alliance that changed politics was over. Both men moved on, but the divide was clear. The golden key couldn't unlock the growing distance. The next chapter would be far more turbulent. The peace shattered in June 2025. A massive spending bill triggered Musk's outrage. He called it government waste on X. His viral critique was a direct challenge to Trump. Trump fired back, accusing Musk of selfishness and ingratitude. The feud escalated. Trump threatened to cut all government contracts with Musk's companies. SpaceX, reliant on NASA and defense contracts, was suddenly at risk. The public spat became a high-stakes battle for survival. Musk didn't back down, reminding Trump of the millions he'd spent to get him elected. He even called for Trump's impeachment and amplified wild conspiracy theories. The alliance was shattered. The kingmaker now wanted the king overthrown. The world watched as two titans turned on each other. The fallout was immediate and severe. The political landscape was forever changed. The feud had only just begun. The feud exploded online. Each day brought new attacks. Trump felt betrayed. Musk, isolated, lashed out at critics and allies alike. The red Tesla Model S, once a symbol of unity, became a painful reminder. Musk's posts grew erratic, mixing real critiques with wild accusations. He fought everyone, alienating both Trump's supporters and his opponents. Polls showed Musk's popularity plummeting. He was politically homeless, an outcast from all sides. The feud had real consequences. Musk even threatened to ground the Dragon spacecraft, risking an international crisis. The world held its breath, wondering how far he'd go. The man who dreamed of saving humanity was now endangering it. The digital war had reached a dangerous peak. Amid the chaos, Musk's father, Errol, reached out with a simple plea: let it fizzle out. The advice cut through the noise, grounding Musk. At the same time, a follower on X told him, cool off. The message struck a chord. Musk realized he was a builder, not a destroyer. In a rare moment of humility, he replied, good advice. Okay, we won't decommission Dragon. The crisis was averted. The old Musk flickered back, listening, adjusting course. The fury subsided, replaced by exhaustion. He saw how politics had pulled him into its vortex. It was time to step away from the fight. Musk retreated from the battlefield. No apology, just silence. The attack stopped. His X feed returned to rockets, cars, and memes. He focused on engineering and the dream of Mars. He reflected on his political whirlwind. He'd helped elect a president, run a department, and seen the machine up close. Washington had changed him, pulling him into conflict and distraction. The alliance with Trump was a shortcut to power, but at great cost. Musk realized his true influence came from building, not politicking. Rockets and cars mattered more than tweets or endorsements. He tried to play by Washington's rules and got burned. Now, he'd return to his own game: innovation and vision. The future was unwritten, but Musk thrived on impossible challenges. He was no longer a kingmaker or insider. Once again, he was the lone innovator, ready for the next launch.